Hey guys, today is Sunday, May the 21st of 2023, and I wanted to go over my trading ideas. I kind of narrowed down to two groups, long and short. And what made my long ideas for May, after looking at the FinViz monthly chart, there was one I had to take out was wheat, because the weekly cycles on wheat are still down all the way to next year. So that kind of ruled it out. So I started going through the futures and looking at the weekly cycles and see what's getting close to a bottom. And I narrowed it down to 4. Now, not that this is going to guarantee that prices are going to go up, because this is the long idea, but I'm just showing you what the cycles are saying and just keep it on the radar, see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but let's see what price action is going to, indicate in the next, this month and next month. So the first one on the list is copper HG. For some reason, there's a weekly cycle, which is 184, and this cycle is about to be pointing up soon between this month and next month. So keep it on your radar. This is the yearly chart, and this is where we're at right here. I know there's a level 407, 408 that we're having a tough time trying to get above, but I don't know. Keep it on your radar. The cycles are going to be going up. I don't know too much about the fundamentals. I know, a little bit, but not a lot. And I just got to dig in deeper. But I'm just kind of building a case to see what, would work, what could be a good thesis to go long. And this is just the beginning stage. The next one is Lean Hog Futures, HE. This one on the weekly has a 181 weekly cycle that is about to point up. We're going to be hitting a cycle low, and this is the yearly chart. As you can see, it's been as low as 37. We're around 83. So this one, there's a lot of buyers. It's just kind of oscillating right here, but the weekly cycle is about to point up, so I don't know if it's going to start trending higher, push higher. You can see that it's very choppy on the quarterly. And on the monthly, you can see that it's very all over the place. So that's another idea. Maybe you could dig in and do some research into lean hog. But the weekly cycle, 181, is about to be going up. The next one is Palladium. And this one I've been eyeing. The only thing that concerns me is the dollar. So it's kind of gives me a little hesitation to pull the plug, or, pull the trigger to go long. But it's very oversold, very interesting, as you can see right here where we at. This is the yearly chart, so it's trending. It's making higher highs and higher lows, and I don't know if this is where it's going to turn. But the this one is kind of mixed too. This one has a weekly cycle. There's 3. It's just not one that's important. There's 3 weekly cycles, 3 ones that are kind of mixed. It's the 317, the 233, and the 178. They're all pointing, up. I think one is already pointing up, 2 like already very close. So this one, I have it on my radar because of that. So let me know your thoughts on that one, or all the ones I've been covering. And then the last one for a long idea is oats. This one made it. Wheat had to take it off because wheat is not because of the weekly cycles, doesn't make sense to go long. But this one is going to be making a swing low very soon. And this is the yearly chart. As you can see, nice little pullback right here. There's a low down here, 171. So I just wanted to show you what the chart is saying. And this one is ZOs, the futures for oats. This one has a cycle that is 160, and this one is pointing up also, or about to point up. I'll make another video covering the cycles, but I just wanted to kind of like tease your mind a little bit. Maybe you could just look at what your research and your data, and then you could let me know in the comments, yeah, you know what, this doesn't make sense, so this is not a good because of this or whatever, and then we'll kind of brainstorm. But the weekly cycle on 160 is about to look positive for oats. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to play out. Now for the short side, which was interesting is because I covered this on the last video I did. and it was live cattle. Look at the yearly chart on live cattle. And just by gauging the low 76.6 and looking at this high using one against technique, this is a very interesting price and a very interesting date that it made a high. So this one, out of all the ones I've covered, for a high probability conviction trade, this one is very interesting. This one came up on my radar. One, because the weekly cycles are just hit a peak. And this one, now the weekly cycles are pointing down. And that's the 196 cycle. Just peaked. And now this cycle is pointing down. And we're all the way up here. So this would probably be the best short of all the stuff I looked at. This is probably the best short. One, a double top right here. Can it blow through it? Yeah, it could continue going high. It could ignore everything and just price is king. But one of the things that I look at, I just kind of build a case. One, the cycles are turning down or already turning down. The 196. So this is a great short. And just by glancing at these numbers, using Gann's technique, it's very, very interesting. So this one, if anything, I have to put it on my list to keep, as high priority. And you just have to look at, price action. This is the daily chart, and you can see that was a 196, and we're just kind of consolidating. It looks like it wants to go and test that high, and it's just kind of in a range. Not really crashing, but not really going higher. But this is very important, this right here. And then the weekly cycle already now is starting to point down. So this one has a high probability, and it's not like a bunch of, cycles within the weekly that is kind of mixed. This one is like very in your face. The 196 has peaked. Now the question is, we have to wait to see if we're going to start making lower highs and lower lows. Look at the weekly, as you can see from right here. It hasn't taken it out yet, but it's just kind of, dancing there. So this one will be on my watch list to see if there's a turning point and maybe, take pull the trigger on a short and see what happens. Very risky. I'm not going to tell you, it's not going to be risky. It could, push right through and continue going higher. But I'm building a case, and one is the weekly cycles. I haven't looked at the seasonalities. I haven't looked at any of that. I just looked at the weekly cycle and one against techniques, and this one kind of sparked my imagination, my thoughts. So this one will probably be high probability for maybe a good short and push lower. And then you have to obviously look at the whole, I guess cattle, meats, or whatever sector. You got to do a lot of research and dig in there. But those are my thoughts. I just wanted to share that with you. Those are the ones that I have on my radar for long ideas and short ideas. And let's see how it plays out. If I decide to do pull the trigger or whatever, I'll put a video, an update or whatever, and let you know my thoughts. But I'd like to see what you guys think. All right, I'm going to sign out. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys Monday.